went ahead and pulled the front end apart on the talon. Went ahead and finished. I pulled all the factory stuff out. That factory side mount. Where's it at? I think it was tweaked hard. Fucking yeah, that thing is mangled. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, she's pretty rough. So pulled that apart. Probably gonna use this in and out same side intercooler I had off a 2G. Try and just clean it up a little bit. And just a bunch of random intercooler stuff I got laying around. It's already 2.5. I don't have to get any 3 to 2.5 couplers or nothing. It should all fit pretty well. Since I got the been kind of practicing welding aluminum. So since I've got just a little table to set stuff on, I just some square and things I'm already put together. But been practicing a little bit, so I mean I'm not nowhere near a professional, just trying to, just kind of goofing off. But if I could do it on the side and just to do my own stuff and not have to buy more crap, and I can just make stuff out of stuff I've already got, that's all I want it for. Just doing my own stuff and making things, brackets and stuff I can make that I don't have to buy. So fixing things like oil pan, I got cracks and some other stuff. But so we're gonna I'm gonna use this Gretty oboe I got laying around. So we're going to, it's got some grooves in it. I'm gonna get tearing this apart, start working on this, and maybe swap out the turbo in the manifold. I need to weld that FP I've got, and I've got a downpipe, and I've got a ported O2 housing already. So probably start on that here in a second, and see. We'll check back in, and then I'll probably do a vacuum delete and some other random stuff. So I will check back in and get some progress made. Alright, so started working on some intercooler stuff. Only matches you with qualified candidates who have the skills and off. I'm turning the TV on. But started working on intercooler stuff. I got some welding done on one of the pipes, the bottom. This thing has like oddball size fucking piping. It's not the normal 2.5 like the rest of the intercooler stuff I got. So I still got to weld a bead on the end of that, but so far that gets me, it gets me in there. I need to make a better mount setup, because I've literally just, for now, I need to get some fucking stock of aluminum. No, I've got some in there, but I need to cut it then. But I need to make some so I can weld it to make that tab a spacer for it, or make a spacer. And then I need to make some sort of mount system or something to come off of this, maybe right here, and go over there. So something to keep it from just doing this. It's got a small mount on the bottom, but it's a little ways away from anything. I think running a tab from each side over to the mounting spot for the bumper would work. So right now, I would like to probably, I got a 13G turbo. I can't remember if it was a 14B or what, but it's a 13G auto first gen turbo. So that is still an upgrade for the little baby T28. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this manifold off and pull this stuff off, pull the stock exhaust off. That way everything's gutted, ready to go. I can put this on. I got a downpipe. I'll make an exhaust for it, probably like that one, where it's just straight 3-inch all the way, just pipe, no tip. But yeah, I want to at least get the turbo mounted. I've got a 20G over here, but I am not quite, some shit to burn, not quite 100% if it's any good. I had it on a first gen, and it had a little bit of a smoking issue, but took the turbo off, put something else on. I couldn't get it to stop smoking. It just smoked like a freight train, no matter what. So kind of curious. I kind of want to run it and see what it does, to see if it was this or if it was something on that other car. If it is, then I'll swap it to the 13G. But for now, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this on there. 20G. I think it's a ported housing. No, I don't think I've touched this housing. So I may take it off. I may not. I may just leave it. It's not crazy or anything. So we'll see. I may take it off. I may port this little nub off of that edge right there, just so, that is the main issue with these things in boost creep. They boost creep because it is an easier path for this to go straight down and into the turbo and keep moving, instead of making this sharp 90-degree bend trying to go out. So I probably will port that. I don't have a J-pipe, so most likely I'm going to make my own. I'm probably going to take this, cut it, and just, or add to it and make a bend, and just make my own version of a J-pipe myself. So we'll see where it goes, and go from there. Because trying to get this thing together, this car with a 20G would be a blast, most likely. So we're gonna see. Even with a 13G, it's gonna be better than what it is. So I'm still waiting on boots for this thing to show up for the tire rod ends, the gear bellows, the rack and pinion. So I'm gonna start pulling this exhaust off. Work on making a bracket for that. I'll probably sit down and make a list for this thing. But I'm gonna get started on at least ripping the exhaust off. That way it's all gone. I don't have to worry about that later. So I'll come back in a minute. I got the dogs racing around. But I'll come back in a minute and we'll check up on progress. So we got the manifold pulled off. Broke all the bolts. Manifold's cracked. So the plan is re-weld the FP and work on putting the 20G in, because the 13G is a busted up 02-hour hot side. So yeah, we'll check back in. The weekend comes around. Alright, so next day, as you can see, a little progress. It's no longer empty in here. Got the 20G that I got laying around bolted on. We're gonna see if it even is any good. I'm pretty sure. I thought it smoked a little bit, but we'll check. Worst case scenario, I mean, I gotta weld the hot side of the 13G just to see if I can get it to work. But had to weld a crack on the FP manifold to try to be able to use it, because it had a crack there and a crack on the front side there, which I flux welded a long time ago. But so just gonna go get some bolts to bolt it up, and I'll check back in. Alright, so as you can tell, it's dark out. Just finished up making the rest of the intercooler piping and whatnot, all the way up and through. I don't know what that material that those other, I'm guessing real generic cheap shit, coated with something. I tried even grinding the coating off of the blow valve and the other elbows, but man, it just gave me nothing but fits. But she's together. I just had to play with the settings on the welder for a little bit. It's on. Got to plug in the O2, hook up the down pipe right there, which I'll do tomorrow. Everything's ready. I mean, she is ready to rock and roll. I'll block off the recirc. But besides that, I mean, she's ready to go. I don't know where to put the keys, so I'd hook up the battery terminal and fire it up right now and make sure I don't have any leaks. But I'm real curious on that 20G if it smokes or not. But we will find out tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and there's a little surprise out there hiding behind the Volvo. I gotta work on something tomorrow. What's up, buddy? Let's see what's wrong. If this gives you a little hint, I know it's hard to tell, but the looks like a blob with a tail and a head. As you can tell, it's a Mustang. 2012 Mustang GT with a Roush supercharger setup on it. Got a smaller pulley, a 79mm to put on it, and figure out, he says the catch can on one side's filling up, but we're gonna look at it and figure out what's going on with it, and go from there. But tomorrow we will get this old girl fired up, pulled out of the way, the boots on this old girl, pull that alignment machine out, drag it in here now that I can move this thing out, and align this, and then pull the Mustang in and start on it while we're waiting for an EEPROM for the ECU for that to come in for deassembling. So I'll check back in tomorrow and we get a little more stuff done. Yeah. All right. So yeah, go ahead. First fire up. Not smoking so far. You can grab it up some. Pressure look good? Oil pressure look good?
Better now.
Oil pressure right there. Yeah, so took the car out. It made it did good in overdrive, and then after I made a hit, it killed overdrive completely. So it's back to revving up, and when you click the overdrive off. So most likely gonna do end clutches, full line pressure mod, and a manual, a Kigley shift mod, because this thing wants to shift on its own, and line pressure needs to be a little more crisp. So besides that, it needs it's gonna get deassembling from the other car because it's fuel cutting from hitting too much boost, in my opinion.